The world of GTA Roleplay has evolved with huge leaps and bounds just in the past 2 to 3 years alone, and these days we've got more RP servers than you can fit in an entire phone book, so it's even more important than ever before to parse out the trash and only stick to the good ones. Because there's plenty of lazy asset flips masquerading as real servers, and these guys are basically running fly-by-night operations where they take your money through microtransactions by promising a whole bunch of cool features that never show up, then they pack up and disappear tomorrow like a gust of wind. I've actually gone out there and done the research for this video, so I know which RP servers are good, and in today's video I'll tell you about the top 5 best GTA RP servers that you can join right now in 2026 if you want a truly transformative experience. And the very first server on my list is also the one that I personally play the most, which is grandrp, a free-for-all GTA roleplay server, and the first major benefit of playing on grandrp is that vehicle designs look a lot closer to the real-life cars, while other 5M servers still play by Rockstar's rules. grandrp's underlying framework allows for more players per server with better sync, and the devs can also roll out updates much faster, which is why grandrp is the only server on this list to support expanded and enhanced. All the other RP servers out there are still stuck on GTA 5's legacy version, which is fine if you're a dedicated role player and you don't really care for vanilla GTA Online all that much, but if you're a newcomer and you're not sure whether RP is the right hobby for you and you just want to dip your toes in the water and test things out, you shouldn't have to downgrade and install a worse version of the game. You should be able to choose between legacy or enhanced if you want, which is why grandrp is my go-to recommendation for anyone who's new to GTA RP. First off, you can keep your existing copy of GTA 5 expanded and enhanced on PC. You don't have to downgrade. Secondly, it's 100% free to join with no lengthy or obnoxious whitelisting process, which means you can just click on my link in the description below or pinned comment, go straight to the official grandrp website, fill in a few details, download the launcher, and start playing right now. And if you join using my link, you'll also get a bit of starter cash along with the option to choose from 3 luxury sedans that are yours to keep for an entire week. And grandrp literally hands out cash just for logging in daily. And if you do a few easy jobs on the server, you'll have more than enough money to buy your very own sports car within a week. I also suggest joining up on English server number 1. That's the one I play on, and it's also the most populated of them all. Plus, if you join my family, the Hazard Gang, you'll get access to the family house as well as a bunch of cars that will be super helpful to you as a new player because you won't have to ride around on a crappy scooter or drive the rusty rat loader, which is your default vehicle that you get after completing your driver's exam. grandrp is also the server that gets updated the most frequently with new types of themed content, live events, quality of life upgrades, jobs, etc. These guys are constantly rolling out new activities, businesses, and balance changes to keep things fresh, and they also have seasonal battle passes, just like Fortnite for example, so you can earn exclusive clothing items and vehicles just by playing the game during that period. And yes, battle passes have a free tier as well, so anybody can join, but grandrp also runs a promo event at the start of each season, during which you get a bunch of grand coins simply for logging in and playing a few hours each day. So you can easily use these coins to buy a premium tier membership and earn even better rewards. Perhaps the most interesting thing about grandrp is its legal system and how the admins manage the server full of randos, none of whom are whitelisted because despite the lack of formal checks, there is very little to no rule breaking in the server. Hackers and cheaters are always going to be an issue, but they're usually swatted out as soon as someone files a complaint, and admins are constantly patrolling each server, checking for the bad actors. So if someone is harassing you or making power plays, you can bet their butt will be inside a jail cell before they can cause any real harm. Serious crimes or repeat offenses result in a permaban, so most folks don't try to game the system and play by the rules. Besides, it's not like there's a shortage of criminal activities. grandrp has car robberies, house and store thefts, assassinations, treasure hunts, gangs, and so much other stuff that you can participate in if you're among the more criminally inclined and don't like to play by the rules. Also, they've just recently released the brand new Winter Battle Pass, which is full of exciting winter activities, cool new pets and clothing items, and exclusive new vehicles, so now is as good a time as any to sign up and start playing. Better yet, invite your friends to join with you so they can enjoy the world of grandrp, and you can all function as one big family inside the game and do jobs together to make lots of money. And number 2, we've got 17th Street RP, and these guys have been around for a long time and have slowly carved a name for themselves as one of the most fair and balanced RP servers in the entire world. 17th Street portrays itself as a serious roleplay community where immersion and storytelling take top priority, alongside fairness. However, they also manage things so players don't feel held back and are free to express themselves however they like. As long as you're not breaking immersion or intruding on other people's roleplay space, you can do anything in this server. You can be a cop and arrest a big-time drug lord as part of a high-stakes raid with your other cop friends. You can be a mafia boss and have your eyes and ears around every corner of the city and get discounts at various businesses by using your status and power as a crime lord. You can be a judge and put dozens of crooks in jail. You can be an EMS physician and rescue both criminal scum and police officers alike, playing the role of a neutral party. Or you can be a small-time crook, holding up corner shops and jacking cars to pay your monthly rent. The possibilities are endless in 17th Street RP, and there are dozens of stories and subplots going on at any given time in this server. The UI feels clean and well designed. It doesn't get in your way unlike so many other RP servers where the UI is an incoherent mess of buttons and sliders. The graphics are also really good with well-developed lighting systems and high-quality textures on every custom asset. There are also lots of custom scripts for every job, interaction, and activity, so it doesn't feel like a simply copy and pasted asset flip, and you actually experience a whole other kind of gameplay loop compared to most generic RP servers. Also, every single neighborhood in 17th Street feels lived in, and it's not just some empty piece of map that was added for the sake of expansion. There are real fights over territory, real variations in culture and dressing styles across hoods, and each gang leader has their own set of mottos and beliefs that they live and fight for. Even the basic jobs in 17th Street like chopping wood or disposing trash has so much attention to detail that it feels like you're a part of the world, because you don't just walk up to an object and press E to complete the mission. You have to manually work through each step by hand and figure things out for yourself along the way, which is what makes the process of learning so enjoyable in 17th Street RP. I recommend the server, and it's also free to join like grandrp if you're playing on the public servers. All you need is a working microphone and a basic understanding of roleplay mechanics to get in. But if you want a slightly more action-oriented experience, you might want to check out my next server, which is Designer Gas Club Gaming, and this server is on its V6 release right now, which introduced a bunch of cool new cars as well as an overhauled graphics engine, so it looks a lot better than before. DGC is also a free server similar to grandrp, but it has a more complex whitelisting process before you join, so you can't just hop in like you can do with grandrp. You have to fill out a form, and then the moderators will check to see if there's a role available for you, but once you get in, Designer Gas Club will impress you with its massive collection of custom scripts, huge variety in vehicle types, and extensive array of weapon customization options. You can definitely tell that this is a community-driven server first and foremost because they don't shove any microtransactions or paid membership tiers in your face, and they don't tolerate any form of bullying, harassment, or drama. DGC is purely for role players out there who like to collaborate and create awesome stories together, and you're encouraged to treat everyone with respect over here. I also love the way the UI is structured, and I think it's one of the best looking RP servers out there purely from a graphical standpoint. As is the case with a lot of top tier RP servers, you do have a wide array of jobs as well as extrajudicial money making options. You can be a garbage man, food truck owner, or gang member. It all depends on the character you choose to play as and the opportunities presented to you as the story unfolds. All things considered, DGC gets a strong recommendation, and it's perfect for those of you out there who are interested in more serious RP and don't mind going through a whitelisting process first. For number 4, we're pulling out the time machine and traveling back in time for some prime nostalgia, because the next server on my list is called the 90s Roleplay. You won't find iPhones or social media here. Instead, these have been replaced by payphones and newspapers, which might be a good thing if you think about it, because that means the 90s RP prioritizes authenticity and fun over grinding, which makes it perfect for people who like to sit back, relax, and take things at a slower pace. Now, I know a lot of you watching this video might have grown up in the 90s, and if you remember, that was the decade that gave birth to hip-hop culture, 3D gaming, the internet, and so much more. And so the 90s RP tries to emulate this vibe with its clothing, weapons, and vehicle choices. The map is a modified version of Liberty City, which already makes it stand out from 99% of other RP servers out there, and the music you hear on the radios is a collection of the most popular grunge and pop soundtracks from that era, which is also a welcome change from the more modern stuff. And possibly one of my favorite features of this server is the way it portrays popular consumer electronics of that era. We've got CDs, portable cassette players, car radios, and camcorders. And yes, they even have pagers, which means you can let your friends know when and where to meet up for an old-fashioned LAN party. You can even walk into internet cafes there and use the old beige-colored PCs with dial-up internet. And if you notice something missing, you can always ask the developers to add it into the game in a future update. The 90s RP is classified as a slow burn server by its creators, meaning you create your story at your own pace and soak in the atmosphere instead of speedrunning to see who can make the most amount of money. It's chill, there is no grind, and it's free, which makes it a worthy addition to this list. And last but not least, we've got a fresh new entry on my list, and this one's called Paradise Roleplay. It was introduced just a few months ago, but once you load in the city, you'll be surprised with just how much progress they made in such a short span of time. Paradise RP isn't on par with the big dogs just yet. It's not going to dethrone NoPixel or anything like that, but it's still insane to see just how refined the gameplay systems feel and how smoothly everything functions in what is essentially a beta release, if we're being honest here. And what's fascinating is that Paradise RP's goal isn't to churn out new updates like it's a McDonald's menu. Instead, they want to take their time and make sure every new job, every new property, every new mission is all polished to perfection before it makes its way onto the server. Quality over quantity is their motto, and I've got to say they've done a great job so far. Paradise feels like a city with potential and a real sense of direction, and the good thing about joining up now is that everyone's still new, everyone's still trying to get their footing, and new scripts are being rolled out every single day. Scripts for custom races, scripts for remodeling a building exterior, scripts for gangs, scripts for drug running, all that good stuff that you want in a budding RP server. I wholeheartedly recommend Paradise RP to new players, and it earns another good spot on my list. And there you guys have it. Those are my top 5 GTA RP servers for 2026 right now. If you know of any other servers that are also worth checking out, or if you played on any of these before, let me know in the comments. For someone who may be new to the concept of role-playing in GTA Online, I honestly cannot recommend grandrp enough as your first server simply because it's easy to get into and it gets consistent content updates. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to drop a like on it if you found it informative. Consider subscribing to the channel if you are new, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next GTA 5 RP video. Adios, amigos.